This is Gene Montrestill, and welcome to the Tapping Q&A podcast recorded live to tape from Williamsburg and Brooklyn. This is episode 453, originally aired September 12, 2013, re-edited and remastered for May 4th, 2020. Hi everyone, I hope this finds you well wherever you are and whatever time of day you're getting a chance to listen to this. Thanks for spending a little time with me today. Today we're going to spend a little time talking about and tapping around this idea of how we can be peacemakers in the world and bringing peace to ourselves and those around us. Before we do that, just a quick reminder, we have a free 10-part guide on how you can use tapping to eliminate self-sabotage and take the action that you want. All you need to do is go to tappingqa.com, click on the big blue button. If you happen to be listening to this right now in the website, if you go up into that right-hand column, you can click on the blue button. And every single day over the course of the next week and a half, we will send you another tool, just every single day, small things that will take you a few minutes to consume and a few minutes to do, which are going to make a huge difference in your ability to take action and move forward every single day. So the idea in this particular tap along comes from a recording from a number of years ago that actually happened on September 11th. And on that particular day, I had flown on a plane into New York City, and I had even walked down to the East River and could see the Light Memorial every year on September 11th and the few days leading up to it. They do these two columns of light representing the towers. And so it becomes this challenging thing. How do we be an agent of peace in the world when the world is so big? And you will notice inside of this how it's the small things that we do every day that make a difference, that ripple out. And the tapping in this will make it easier for you to do exactly that. Just tap on the side of the hand, take a nice big deep breath. And as we tap along and move from tapping point to tapping point, move in the order that makes the most sense for you. Typically, I start on my eyebrow. Start wherever makes sense for you, and with each phrase, just move to a new spot and tap. I want peace in the world. I want peace in my world. I want to recognize the connection I have with others. I want to be open to others connecting with me. I want to be an instrument of peace. And many times that I am that instrument of peace, it's not necessarily in giant, grand gestures. It's not in over-the-top actions. It's in the peace that I create in my own life. It's in the peace that I create in my own family. It's the peace I create with everyone I interact with during my day. It's not always easy to show up in peace. It's not always easy to be charitable. It's not always easy to be open, giving, and sharing. It's not always easy to be peace. I give myself permission today to know my simple, loving acts. My simple, graceful acts. My simple, gentle acts. My imperfect efforts to make a difference.
are significant, are meaningful, and do create peace. I want to be a peacemaker. I want to be an agent of peace. In big and small ways. My simple actions. My small actions. My kind actions. Ripple into larger things. Help me to know peace. Help me to strive for peace. Help me to be peace in the world. Nice big deep breath. Well, thanks for indulging me in that, and thanks for tapping along with me. Next week, we'll return to the regularly scheduled podcast with instruction and things like that. As always, if you got questions or comment, I can be reached at gene@tappingqna.com. If there's someone you know who might want to tap to this as well, please be a supporter of this and just pass it along. Give them a few moments so they can tap in peace with us as well. For Tapping Q&A, this is Gene Montrestelli. I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye. The Tapping Q&A podcast is copyright Gene Montrestelli Tapping Q&A 2013. All views expressed by guests on the show are those of the guests and not necessarily of Gene Montrestelli or Tapping Q&A. Very straightforward set of tapping, something that you could do for a number of mornings in the road or really set the tone to push you off in the right direction. If you know someone in your life who could use a simple little tap along just like this, please be our ambassador, pass it along, don't spam your inbox, but send it to the people who it might make a difference to today. If you haven't done so already, I would really encourage you to subscribe to the Tapping Q&A podcast. In podcasting parlance, subscribe is always free. It's not like Hulu or Netflix or Disney Plus where you pay to subscribe. It is free. You can get the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, Pandora, Spotify, and everywhere you find audio. Sometimes they use the word follow. Sometimes it's subscribe. Whatever the button is next to the show, click on that so that every single time we produce a new episode, it is delivered immediately to your smart device so you can get a chance to listen along, learn along, and tap along as well. If you have a question or a comment or something you'd like us to cover in a future episode, please let me know. I'm in the process of putting together a bunch of interviews that we're going to share with you over the summer and into the fall. If there's a topic you'd like us to cover that we haven't covered yet, just reach out, Gene, Gene, at tappingqa.com. You can also always just click on that contact link on the website, Tapping Q&A. I love hearing from you. Some of the best episodes we've ever done have come from recommendations from listeners just like you. So please reach out. Please let me know what you'd like us to cover so that we can continue to create resources that make a difference for you. For the Tapping Q&A podcast, this is Gene Montrestelli. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you real soon. Bye-bye. The Tapping Q&A podcast is copyright Gene Montrestelli Tapping Q&A. All views expressed by guests are those of the guests and not necessarily of Gene Montrestelli and Tapping Q&A.